Hello everyone, this is my first vlog on my channel, and today we are going to share something very special, and it's very important to you how you interact with the people and how you get your fluency. So we are just making this this session for you, especially the amazing guys who just behind me, and his fluency is also awesome, and you will get this great great lesson for you. So just see that how he interact the people or how he speak. Okay. So let's get started.
Okay. So I'm on camera. Assalamu alaikum. I'm stuck in here because it's raining outside and there is no way out. We have no umbrella. Okay. There is a saying that when you are in Britain, you should have an umbrella all the time because it may rain anytime, right? But the reason I'm laughing because recently I read a joke from Reader Digest or somewhere, and it said that if it is rain, take an umbrella, but if it snows, the umbrella won't help you. Because you need a strong shelter, right? Stronger shelter. Anyway, we were talking about the problems and how we look at it. So we have our younger brother Imran, smart boy. He's also putting some his remark about the things. And I was talking about the thing that our notion or towards the problem. Well, human minds acts in a strange way, okay? When something minor issue, we have some ups and downs and many problems in our life. So when something when something minor happens in our life, and if we if we take them very seriously, our brain starts to think that these problems are not minor.
So do you think
they are major? So they start to save all the things in a particular area as a folder called important issue. But when some important thing comes up and we take it seriously, so sometimes those unimportant things get jumbled up with those important things. So there should be a distinct line between the important and unimportant things. And this is this is a human nature that is responsible for making this mixture, making this jumble up. Okay. So it's really an important thing, important lesson for everyone could be, I think. So I was talking about that issue. So the moral of the lesson, or moral of the story is, if something is minor, treat it as a minor problem. Don't take it seriously. Because if you take it seriously, what would you do when serious thing comes? So the question is.
Okay, so my first question to you, that when we take any minor issue very seriously, or we are just thinking or handle it very seriously, do you think our brain hang stuck at a stage, and we didn't think about the positive thing this time, and also our brain emits a lot of bad neuron to stack at a bad stage. So what do you think about that?
It's been discussed, I think, and also Imran put a remark from somebody else. Okay, that it's not the problem. What you said?
It's not the problem, it's the attitude. Your attitude
about the problem. Yes, it's not the problem, it's the attitude about the problem. Okay, so sometimes we operate our brain and vice versa, the brain operates us. Okay, so there is a state called subconscious level. Okay, that level operates something that you think that you don't have control over. For example, your dream, right? So when you were sleeping, you were dreaming. But you can't control. No one can say for sure that I'm going to dream today, and I'm going to dream someone like any person he or she likes. Okay, it could be anyone. Okay, but dream is real. Okay, but we couldn't figure it out how it happens. Okay. So when our subconscious mind, it starts to control our conscious mind, it's a problem. It's really a problem. So you asked, that is when we should emphasize on or when we should take minor issue as a serious issue, right?
Yes.
So there are a lot of factors, okay, concerned or regarding that. Number one is if that minor issue is connected to a bigger issue, then we can take it as our consideration. We should take it as a serious thing or on the way to the serious thing. Number two is it really necessary for me to take that seriously? Is it really? Is it worth? Is it really worth? Okay. If a book has a lot of things, if a book is very informative, you could say that it's worth reading. So if a problem comes to you, pops up, so you should ask yourself, is it worth considering? Okay. And number three is when a problem comes to us, when a problem or something, a complexity or a wrinkle comes to us, we should think one more thing, that am I going to solve it, or is it really something that I can solve right now? Sometimes we procrastinate. Okay, well, I shouldn't use the word procrastinate, but I can't remember any other better word right now. Okay, sometimes we take pause, or we should take pause for get a better understanding of things. It's really important, okay? Because you are no one, you have no value, you have no capacity to solve every problem in the world. Because no one can do it, right?
Yes.
No one can do it. So we are not here to to solve all the problems at a time. And if you just try, you will end up in vain. Okay, so no good thing will happen. So take only.
We should just avoid this one.
Well, avoiding is just a little bit a different thing. Okay,
Can I add
avoiding
a
is
question here?
yeah, of course.
You are talking about controlling our minds, but there are a few people, lucky people, you can say, that they can control their minds. So there are some steps, or there are some lessons that through that we can control our mind, like meditation.
Meditation,
So
yes.
what do you think about meditation, or can you inspire or suggest someone about meditation?
Yeah, thank you very much again. I think meditation is for those who have actually lost control over their life, over their mind, over their body, and so many things. And you know that those who like meditation, and many of them have, some of them I think are not religious person, so they try to get some breathing space. Do you know what's the meaning of breathing space? Breathing space means maybe you have a gallery full of colorful pictures, right? And so many colors, so many the bright color, and so many gradients, so many shades, so many things. And after watching or hovering your eyes through all the pictures at a time, your eyes get tired, okay? And then only your eyes need some breathing space. It's like white or green, a plain color, right? Not very vibrant or dynamic things. So the same way our life works, okay? We have ups and downs, we have joys, we have laughter, we have sex, we have so many things, okay, in a very short time. And then we need a breathing space, okay? So when you meditate yourself, you get a breathing space, and you think that you are becoming very cool, very quiet, and you are getting the inner peace, right?
It's kind of controlling our mind.
Yeah. Well, controlling comes later, okay? You have to cool down yourself at first, and then control, right? You have to make yourself cool down at first, and you have to make control over your mind.
So you are saying that those who meditate have not a strong belief in God or Allah.
Some of
Is it
them.
right?
Some of them.
I'm asking this question because I know nothing about meditation.
Okay, so in these in subcontinent we say yoga or joga or jogbya, whatever you say. Okay, so I think as a Muslim I don't need any kind of meditation, right? Because when I stand for prayer, okay, when I stand in my salat, okay, I talk to my Lord, I talk to my God, I talk to my Creator. He listens, of course He listens. And maybe I cannot listen to my Creator, but it's true, someone is out there, right? My God is out there, my Creator is out there, and He is listening to me, and that's all I need, right? That's all I need. Okay. So sometimes communication does not involve ourselves by only delivering this speech. We don't have to rely on sometimes on the mouth only, Because there are so many ways you can communicate with others, right? Sometimes body language. But our Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this Creator has a tremendous ability that no one or nothing has. That is to understand His creation, right? So you don't have to use any word, you don't have to say anything, but He knows or understands what we have in our mind. So I don't need any meditation. So I was talking about the thing that is we have to cool down ourselves first, and then you have to control. Okay. So one line that I can say that is, if you believe in one thing, that let it go. Okay. Those who can say and believe the word "let it go," believe the phrase "let it go," have fewer problems, have fewer issues, right? My mom tells me sometimes from bad words, sometimes she shouts at me, cries for me sometimes. So I say, just let it go. I should let it go. Because who am I to hold that? Because if I hold them strongly, those one day will hold me back strongly, right? So I shouldn't hold them strongly. I shouldn't. And if I do so, my life will be much more complicated, complex. And if my life is complex, you shouldn't expect a simple life from me, right? So my wife will suffer, my kids will suffer, and all the people who care about me will suffer from me, because it is I who is pretty much who are responsible for making that happen. So I shouldn't take that very much seriously.
Sometimes we think that we think that if I can solve the problem, maybe in future I don't have to face bigger problems or like that. So if I don't solve this problem right now, I
don't have to face any problem. Yeah,
So,
I think
then it's very difficult to say or feel it.
Yeah, Imran, I think I have covered that as well. I told you that it depends. Okay, it depends on some factors. Number one, is it really necessary to solve that problem? Is it really necessary? If you think no, it's not very necessary, then let it go. But if that particular problem is connected to a bigger one, if that thing may result in some bigger issues, then we should just fasten your seatbelt and be very careful and consider that. You may discuss that, okay, right? You may with anybody you like, okay, you trust, okay. So it really depends on the factor. You don't have to, you don't have to. What can I say? Solve everything, every problem you face, every problem you encounter. It's a really big deal, and very few people can handle it.
Yeah. So I am on the camera.
Yeah.
You're already almost forward.
Yeah. Sorry.
Thank you, Imran, for your great question. So we will learn a lot of things. So, sir, I'm stuck at that point that I am just going to on the way. Okay, so on this road right now. So, you told that we shouldn't consider about it very strongly. Okay, so we should just make ourselves or engage ourselves in a very other way, a very good way. It's true. So, it's on kind of my crucial thing, right? So, I know you about your lifestyle, about your work. Sometimes you are having this same type of problem, you face same type of problem, or you are on this type of way. So, what did you do that time? How you let it go?
How I say let it go, right? Well, Imran, sometimes I don't. The paradox. There is a paradox, right? It's a fine thing. So sometimes I think. Sometimes I think that maybe I can't say let it go, but I know I should say let it go. Okay? So the problem feels or seems to be so strong that I cannot get myself rid of, right? So in that moment, in that time, sometimes I take time. I know that at the end of the day, I will say, I will let it go. I will say let it go. But only that moment gave me a feeling that, oh Rakib, you can't survive, or you can't say let it go because it's so intense, and you have to do something differently. You have to just put yourself, you have to just drag yourself into a battlefield, and you have to fight, and you have to do a lot of things, a lot of stuff, and so many things. Okay, so it is not what I do, rather it is something what I believe, right? It's really important thing. So if at one point my speech, if you think that I'm not believing in letting it go, don't think or don't count it as my final word, because at the end of the day, no matter what happens, I will, at the end of the day, I will say let it go. I will let it go, because without letting those things go, my life will not be my life. What should I say? I can't put it in a single way or right word. Okay.
Feel.
Yeah. So I mean, whether you want it or you don't. Okay. Sometimes you let it go, and you should let it go. So, and all the precious things, all the valuable things, all the memorable things should be kept in the best safe, or the safest place in our brain. So if we don't let it go, if we don't let all the minor issues go, they will be saved in our precious one, and it will create many problems. So that my answer is, sometimes I think that maybe I can't let it go, but I believe I will let it go. Maybe now, not now, maybe 2 hours later, maybe 2 days later, but I will let it go.
Thank you.
So Russell is
Okay,
here.
so we are SafeSyntax right now, and our designer is just trying to catch a great design for a blog, and I hope we'll get a great
What do you
design
think?
from
What do you
him.
think about reading
So-
books like?
So we are waiting. Where is Jack? And
I read a book.
SafeSyntax for about an hour. We want to go
Or I have to
home. But
take
there is Jack
information
for rain,
from this book.
and after finishing, we hope
From
I
this
hope
book while I'm reading.
the rain
Why not?
will
Yeah.
be stop.
So do you think you are the busiest person in the
Or
world?
10 minutes
I
or
don't think so,
20
because
later, and then we'll
when
go to our
sometimes
home.
it happens
So
that
we are just
there
waiting
two
here,
ways,
and the people
like,
are
we can find
talking a lot of
I
things.
have read already read
They
the
are
two
talking
lectures,
about
and on the third part
their
I am
lifestyle.
confused, or
They are talking
like,
about
I'm not getting it easily.
Imran,
So
there is Imran,
then
and
I
he asked
got
a lot
very
of
confused,
question.
and I let the book.
He just learned that
Sometimes you skip
Sometimes you
skip reading or stop reading.
It is
Okay, so
him.
why do you read
give
more?
a lot of suggestion? So we already see a lot of things,
Learn things.
and the
So no passionate
thank you
learners
for
or
watching our
readers.
video, watching my video especially, and I will
So if
make a
you
lot of
read
videos my
passionately,
lifestyle and
a
also
single
English
line will not
especially,
miss
you know, I'm very much
you
passionate
will
about
not
English.
skip
And
intentionally.
how I learn. Actually,
You know
I'm
what?
still learning.
Sometimes
I'm not a
I
great
read
speaker.
some
My
rereads,
speech
sometimes
is not
chapters
very
reread.
great at all. But
Why?
I'm trying to
Because,
improve my
I think maybe I
and
forgot the
that's why I'm
chapters
on the
just
way.
recently
I know.
finished.
I hope
So
I will go
I
through
have to
that
correlate
place
with the previous chapter with
that's
the
great.
new chapter.
That
So sometimes
so
I
much
go
things
back
are waiting
2 or
for me.
3
So
or few pages.
thank you very
and then
much,
I
and
reread
thanks
again,
again for
and then I correlate, I
enjoying my
get better
work,
understanding, and then I jump into my new
for
lesson.
watching the
So I
video.
never
So
skip. I never
pray
skip.
for
If
me.
you skip,
Bye for
you will
now.
skip some knowledge.
And yeah, bye bye.
I know myself better than anyone.